In your math notebook today, you're going to open to the table of contents. You're going to write writing expressions, page 32 to 33. Writing expressions, page 32 to 33. Then you're going to turn to page 32 and glue this notebook page down. Make sure you're keeping up with your page numbers wherever they should be. Also, on page 33, you need to glue down this page and write page 33 wherever you're keeping up with that page number. Now we're going to talk about page 32. So when we are writing expressions, we are going to use the words all the way from journal page 1 when it means addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division. These words will be very important. Also, these words here, that mean to use parentheses. Because remember, in order of operations, parentheses is what comes first. So, keeping that in mind, we are going to use these words and turn them into an expression. The word sum means add. So we're going to add 9 and t. So 9 plus t. These are algebraic expressions, which is why they have letters in them. The expressions that you will practice with in the second video aren't going to have letters in them, but the ones in our notes do have letters in them because you are going to get more and more things that have to do with algebra. 10 increased by a number j. Increased by means add, so 10 plus j. 12 decreased by a number k. Decreased means subtract, so 12 decreased by k. Less than. Now that means subtract, but the word less than, 7 less than a number t. Some of you may think it's 7 minus t, but it's actually the other way around. Less than means you need to take 7 away from the letter t. So t is going to come first, and then subtract 7. Product means multiply, so we're going to multiply 4 and z. So in yesterday's video, we talked about how that means to multiply. We talked about how this means to multiply. And we talked about how this means to multiply. So we have a multiplication sign, parentheses, and we have a dot. So this says 4 times z, 4 times z, 4 times z. In algebra, you're actually going to see it 4z with nothing in between, which also means to multiply. You're going to see less and less of this x because x's are going to be used as variables in algebra. So that's why you're going to see it most often this way, second most often with the dot. 22 divided by a number g. 22 divided by g. 5 more than twice a number. So we got more than, which means add. But we also have twice, which means to multiply by 2. So we're going to multiply 2 times a number, 2 times a number, and then we're going to do 5 more than that. So plus 5. Alright, the product means multiply, of a number and 8, any number. 8 times a number, 8n. You can use any variable you want, I'm just using n. 8 divided by twice a number. So 8 divided by twice a number. Now, we want this twice a number to happen before we divide by 8, so we have to put this in parentheses. 3 times a number decreased by 16. Multiply a number times 3. Decrease means subtract. So 3 times a number decreased by 16. Sam earns $40 a day working at a gas station. Write an algebraic expression to represent the amount of money he will earn in D days. $40 each day. He works D days, so we're going to multiply 40 times D. 50 less than twice a number. Less than means subtract, but it's those special ones that means this second part actually has to come first. So twice a number, 2n, and then subtract 50. Subtract 50. Notice we are not solving these, we are just writing them. 3 times a number increased by 19. Times and increased. 3 times a number, 3n, increased by plus 19. Product means multiply. Decrease by means subtract. The product of 11 and a number, 11 and a number, decrease by is going to be subtract 4. 45 divided by, you know what divided by means, 6 times a number. So we have 45 divided by 6 times a number. But I don't want to do 45 divided by 6. I want to do 45 divided by 6 times a number. So I have to put 6 in parentheses. Each time Sarah went to the candy shop, she bought B bags of M&Ms. Write an expression for how many she will buy if she visits 2 days in a row. So she buys B bags each time, and she goes 2 days. So that would be 2 times B. Now on the other page, you are taking expressions and you're writing them in words. So you're going backwards. Now there are several different possibilities that you could do here. I would use journal page 1 to come up with something. So that don't use something simple like 9 plus t or subtract. Use a different word. So I'm going to say the sum of 9 and t. The sum of 9 and t. You can use that one or a different one. P decreased by 3. P decreased by 3. You can use different words, but you still have to use the same variable and the same number. 18x, that means multiply, so I'm going to use the product of 18 and x. 2/3, which is 2 divided by 3, or the quotient of 2 and 3. The quotient of 2 and 3. So I was interrupted by a fire drill when we were doing this. We're translating 12 minus 2x into words. I'm going to use a hard one on this one. I'm going to use twice a number, less than 12. Those less than words, remember, tell you it's in the opposite order. Everything else is in the same order. Like the quotient of 2 and 3, 2 came first. The product of 18 and x, 18 came first. P decreased by 3, P came first. But here, twice a number less than 12, the 12 actually comes first, and you take the twice a number away from it. Z minus y, I'll use an easy one here. Z decreased by can barely see this one. X plus 4 divided by 5. I think that's what that says. That's what it looks like. So x plus 4 divided by 5. This is in parentheses. It has to come first. So we're going to say the sum, because that word sum means get the answer first. The sum of x and 4 divided by 5. So here we have a word problem for h divided by 30. You're going to write your own word problem for 20 minus g and 24 divided by q. Write your own word problems for those two in your math notebook, and then you're going to do worksheet OA2 with the next video.